welcome to Beyond Transcendence with Andrew. I'm your host, Andrew Wilson. On today's show, I have Lydia Kimmerling. Lydia Kimmerling is a renowned master life coach, channel, and energist with over 15 years of experience guiding high achievers from billionaires to celebrities toward lasting happiness and inner fulfillment. With thousands of hours dedicated to transforming lives, Lydia's unique ability to cut through the noise uncovers what's truly holding you back, sparking profound, lifelong transformations. Featured across TV, the press, and live stages, she empowers you to embrace more freedom, joy, and authenticity. Lydia wasn't just trained for this, she was born for it. Now she's here to guide you on the most important journey you'll ever take, the journey within. Please welcome Lydia Kimmerling. Welcome to the show, Lydia.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell me about your spiritual journey. What brought you to spirituality? What do you love most about spirituality?
Oh, yeah. So really, I have to say that it was my upbringing, as is everything, right? Wherever you are today, if you look back at how life started, you can see, oh, well, that brought me here. But I was brought up in a Christian family, which didn't quite fit who I was to become. Left home at 16 on a quest to find my truth of who I was and what I really believed in. And then along the way, ending up more on a spiritual path, having kind of been atheist. And I think because I was always seeking, I ended up having a really intense mystical ascension experience, which kind of kicked out any blocks, any doubt that was still hanging around about there being something greater than just this.
Beautiful. So what were the lessons that you learned during your spiritual journey?
The greatest lesson is this level of surrender and the depth of surrender, and really how much we are actually being held, and how kind of once you see it and you look at your past self and you feel like, oh, bless you thinking that you were responsible for everything and you had to make everything happen. I was someone who really kind of pushed in her life. I had a lot of success and I was just very determined, very ambitious. Don't get me wrong, that will create something, but it was from a place of lack versus a place of knowing I was already complete. So in that depth of surrender, you then allow for a fulfillment in yourself to then be carried by something greater. And that's definitely the path I'm on now, is just a path of destiny. I've got no idea where I'm going, what's going to happen, but I'll just keep on going.
That sounds wonderful. What age did you realize you had your gifts and abilities to connect with your source energy?
So I certainly had some strange experiences when I was younger, but I definitely then shut them all down. I've always been very intuitive. So even when I was just kind of using coaching, I'm a master life coach. When I was coaching, I knew that I was able to get results fast and very deep found results for people that I don't think were ordinary. And so my depth of kind of intuition and energy, reading energy, were there, but I hadn't acknowledged them. And it really hasn't been until last year, as I went on this kind of wild ascension, that everything opened up. So, being able to channel, being able to read light code and speak light language, that I really understand now what I was kind of closing off probably.
So tell me, for my audience that don't know what light code is, what is light code and can you explain it?
Yeah. This is my understanding. I think, everyone will explain it differently. I had to ask myself. So this was the kind of channeled understanding that I was given, that everything is light. So pre-matter, pre-physical form, it's all light. And in that light, it holds information. So that light holds information. And we could say that that's the codes. Our physical form, your body, it's machinery, really. That's all it is. It's machinery that houses your specific light. So your fraction of light. Unfortunately, most of us don't understand the capacity of our machinery. So we have this ability to receive light and to be have the receptors firing to receive light, but often it's all shut down. With what happened to me, I had about approximately 100 activations, clearings that were really just initiated by spirit. I was on my own. They were happening just on my own, very physical. And I was told that my whole nervous system was being reset. So now everything's woken up and I can tune into all different variants of light, which is also consciousness, essentially. And this machinery, it will receive it, and then I'm able to understand the codes in that light. And that can come through and then actually be processed. I've had this adaptation of my kind of speaking ability to be able to process it really quickly so that it actually then just comes out as words. They did a lot of stuff to my mouth and my tongue, so that I could do that. So yeah, light code it's just energy that holds information, and we're reading it all the time, whether we know it or not. But becoming conscious of it is then when you're able to use it consciously as well.
So with what's going on in the world right now with the war and like sort of drugs and just all the violence, that's a form of energy, correct?
Everything's energy. Yeah, everything's energy. Yeah, maybe tell me a bit more about what you're kind of asking there.
Well, just like I noticed when I read this book, it was called Hidden Messages in the Water, and it was written
Mm-hmm.
by a fellow from Japan. And he stood around a pond and they prayed, and that energy transferred over the world and healed the world. So, what's going on in the world right now with all the violence, the anger, the sadness, and the depression? That's all toxic energy that fueling everybody is why they cannot awaken spiritually.
Well, my thoughts, first of all, is a lot of people are saying with all the war and all the toxic energy and all the negative things, this is actually a really small part of what's going on in the world. There's so much more good. So I just want to caveat with that, first of all, that let's not create something more than what it is, because there's always been that going on. And when you break it down percentage wise of the countries that are at war or anything that we might perceive as negative, it's far less than all the good that's going on. As we grow up, we are given kind of a programming system based upon the experiences that we have. And those experiences will kind of move us further away from the original source of light that we had, our soul being. And many of us are not really given the tools to know how to process any of those difficult emotions, which are energy. So then what happens is you're kind of walking around blindly, living your life blindly from that programming. I wouldn't say that it's like, I feel like I don't want to dramatize it, you know? There is only light, but it's variants of it. And whatever we're feeling from the inside is then what's projected externally. So if you have forgotten your wholeness because of the experiences that you've had and the trauma that you've had, and you don't know how to process it, that's then what you're seeing, mirroring, reflecting outside of yourself, which in turn then, yes, creates more of it, which really is essentially the healing journey. I don't know if I've completely answered your question, but that's what came
No,
to
no,
mind.
it's very good for someone who's not spiritually awakened and they're confused and don't understand what's going on to them. What can you offer them for like
Mm. Well, first of all, I guess if you're listening to this, then there is a part of you that is awake, you know? that you're not as confused as you believe yourself to be. So first of all, give that recognition to yourself and to see that you are already being guided in a way that's leading you to the information or the energy. This is an energetic transmission as well as it is as us saying words, because it all lands differently for every single person. So you're being guided, and the confusion quite often is because you think you have to figure it all out, and you can't. You do have all the answers and you don't have all the answers. So you do have all of the answers within yourself when you remember who you really are. But when you're trying to find the answers from your smaller self, who thinks that you're just this and this personality, and that you are a creation of your circumstances, then you're not going to find all of the answers. All you need to do is ask one question, give time, patience, allow for that answer to just arrive. What is my next step? Let go. And you'll arrive here at this podcast. Then you'll go, okay, that piece of information spoke to me. What's the question? Ask one question. Allow. And this is a part of the surrendering process, that you're on the right path, you're not confused, and you're being led to where you need to be.
Beautiful. I like it. So what have you found for benefits with your coaching for your clients? What have they seen spiritually or helped them in any way, form?
The overall outcome that people get from working with me is liberation. And it's a liberation that they couldn't have anticipated prior to working with me, because people come to me with goals. They want to change their career. They feel like there's more out there for them. They're not sure what to do next. Maybe I'm supposed to be making more money. Maybe I shouldn't be in this relationship. Maybe I need to move location. This is how the calling from your soul, your higher self, source, can manifest itself into reality. Like, you need a change. And it will do that in a way so that you feel stuck, because it needs to make you feel stuck so that you actually stop, so that you look around and you start to see something that you have not yet been seeing about yourself, about your situation. And then what I work on is really healing the relationship with yourself, because a return to source is a return to yourself. And we all have hidden programming and blocks that we're not aware of, that have been keeping us from this beautiful, strong, powerful, loving relationship. Once you come back to that, you drop into faith and you drop into love. These are two extremely powerful energies that, once they're your operating system, everything's going to fall into place. And then you're not worrying, you're not doubting, you're not fearing, you're in a place of liberation to just be true to yourself.
Beautiful. So what's the overall goal for Lydia? What is Lydia going to do for the rest of her life after coaching?
Oh, I wish I knew, Andrew, for the rest of my life. No, then it would be boring, right? My mission is to keep connecting people to source, to helping people break free and experience the liberation that I know is available for them. My superpower is to do that live. I do it live at my events, on the spot. I'm able to create those breakthroughs extremely quickly. And so wherever God wants me, yeah, I'm just following my path.
That's beautiful. If there are any last words for the audience?
You are loved so deeply, and it can absolutely get easier. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep connecting inwards. Keep following the clues, and you're on your path. You're on your path.
Well, this has been a wonderful conversation. I'm so grateful to have met you, Lydia, and I wish you nothing but success and much love to you.
To you too. Thank you so much. Be well.
And that's our show for today. I hope you all enjoyed the message that Lydia brought about loving yourself and just letting go, and that you are loved regardless of whatever situation or circumstances you may be suffering from right now. Just allow yourself to quiet your mind and be at peace with your body, your mind, and soul. And you are loved, and that's never going to change. When you start to love you for you, that's when you start to open up, not only spiritually, but you start to heal whatever trauma you may be suffering from. And I hope everyone has loved this show today. And once again, I'm thankful and grateful for all of you. I leave my email btwa2024@gmail.com. I would also appreciate it very much if you would leave a review on either Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or even check the YouTube channel out. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day, and much love to you. Bye.